Fine, December 13th, 2023. This is the last East End edition that's happening for the year 2023. And we're going to take some words of wisdom, but just a quick note. If you have any stats, make sure to forward them to Tony. And that's to the members of Phoenix so that he can compile the stats. We'll cover them a little later on. And now over to Mike's twin brother.
Morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Lana, it's nice to see you again. Long time. So last week we talked about the very first part of this series about how luck favors the brave, and we're going to continue on that because there's three dominant themes, which are focus, boldness, and alliance building. So we're going to talk about focus today. So let's get rolling. So there are two kinds of people. The ones that can see the big picture and the ones that can't. The world needs both breeds. Big picture people lead and those who can't follow. If you're a big picture person, you connect the dots of everything that surrounds you. Do you see the pattern where everybody else just sees a blur? Do you see the possibilities where others just see problems? Do you act while the rest are acted upon? So from the big picture person to another, here's a description of the first of the three dominant themes of focus. Focus will help you leverage the 5 social super trends, which we'll be discussing in the following weeks, and strongly increase your contribution to the people around you. So the dominant theme number 1 is focus. The more frenetic life becomes, the more focused you need to be. Focus acts like a filter towards mental pollution. If you know where you are, what you are looking for, you will be alert for the information and it'll help you get it. You will block out whatever doesn't serve you, and whatever you focus on, you will move towards. Everything you need is in reach, whatever you are doing. So do it magnificently. Do one thing at a time, wherever you are, and be there fully within whoever you're with. Discipline your pursuits, discipline your thoughts, discipline your actions. Stay goal conscious. Keep your desired end goal front and center 24/7. As you scan your environment, interpret your everyday events as you decide what to do and what to say. And ask yourself a simple question. How can I use this activity or learning to help me achieve my goal? Focus intensifies energy, and it ensures maximum resources are applied against a specific object. It enhances the impact of your efforts because it is pure. What's important is not diluted by distraction. The more you focus, the clearer things become. So answer these questions. What is the biggest challenge that is facing your colleagues or your customers? What is the one thing you can do to help them manage their challenges? And what is the one thing that will really help you help them? In a word, in my world, my contacts and clients, the biggest challenge is escalating anxiety. I need to be able to help them turn anxiety into adrenaline. That's today's share. Back to you, Bernie.
Mike. All right, folks, we're going to do our 1-minute intros. Just a quick side note, LinkedIn, the live post, the link is in the chat. So make sure to put your contact details in LinkedIn. And we're going to start off with Sam.
Oh, first up. Wow. Thanks very much, Bernie. Sam Stars, connectedcars.ca. That's my contact information in the chat. Whoa, did that go? Well, there it goes. There we go. Anyway, Sam Stars Connected Cars. Well, you guys know what I do. Dash cameras, things like that. Electronics in cars. Also do minor repairs, oil changes, brake jobs. And this week I'm talking about something that happened last week. I had a customer come in with a car that had a turbocharged engine. They're getting more popular these days for whatever reason. I'm not too sure because I'm not big on them. But they're often in cars because they give a small engine an extra boost with horsepower. But the thing is that they require a little bit of extra attention when it comes to especially oil changes. And if you know someone that has one or you have one, please pay attention because the customer that came in to me, I know very little about turbocharged engines, and the oil was low. He came in actually for a battery change, but I noticed when it was here that the oil was low on it. And so after I finished doing an oil change, I told the customer that you need some extra information when it comes to taking care of this car. So if you know someone that has, or you have a vehicle with a turbocharged engine, please refer them to me, and I'll give them the information when it comes to taking extra care of that vehicle, because otherwise those turbochargers cost thousands of dollars to repair. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of the vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Sam, thank you so much. And over to Tanya.
Tanya Hewitt, Beyond Safety Compliance is my company on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe peoples. I'd like to just suggest that Mike's education was a little bit simplistic because he said there are two types of people in the world, this or that. And this binary thinking really can get into our way when we realize the complexities of people out there. Now, in this, the working genius model doesn't have a continuum of people. There's no formula in there, but it doesn't have just this or that. There's a bit more choice in there, because when he was describing the one type of person in his education, that corresponded to more or less one of the types in the working genius model. But there are others in there, not just two. So it might be better if you are presented with a choice of just this or that, good or bad, right or wrong, to realize that there's a bit more nuance to those choices, because there is a lot of complexity in the world, and reducing it all just to two doesn't give you the larger picture. So this is what I can bring organizations beyond safety compliance. How does your work look?
And thank you so much. Matthew, over to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Matthew Ledard here, Arizona HVAC Services. It's Christmas time. People don't want to be spending money right now, but this is the time you need to be paying attention to your heating equipment. People are going on holidays, staff are on skeleton staff, and, you don't want to be getting caught in Christmas holidays here with your furnace breaking down on you, or your heat pump. So, if you haven't had your annual maintenance yet, give us a call here. We'll try to get you squeezed in before Christmas. I know we're getting pretty booked up here for our service department, but be happy to help you out and get you booked in as soon as we can here. So if anybody is in the need of a new furnace, now is the time to get one too. We've got lots of inventory in stock. And as I mentioned in the past couple of meetings, the Greener Homes rebate is coming to an end. So if anybody was seriously thinking about taking advantage of that program, I know my auditors are booked out till mid-January, almost the end of January. And you have to have the audit done before either March 1st or March 31st. The government will be coming out here later this month with an official announcement of exactly when the cutoff is. But love to have you on board. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Matthew Ledard, Arizona HVAC Services. Quality you can trust, guaranteed. Thank you so much.
Matthew, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you, ma'am.
Wow, good Wednesday morning, everyone. As I took a long, deep breath and I lifted my shoulders and I took them back and I dropped them down. And Susan, I was thinking all about clients who are looking for renewals. 2024 is coming fast. And I would love to know that people are wondering about what their next steps can be. There's 12 months in 2024. And what month do you want to start looking at where you want to be with regard to your finances? And I know we've got a number of financial advisors who are here with us in Phoenix, and I take care of the mortgage piece of it, probably the biggest part of the pie. So when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money over the course of 2024, do not forget to contact Your Mortgage Honey. I'm Jacqueline Richards. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Dave, over to you, sir.
Hi, everyone. It's Dave Belville from Belville's Cold Frozen Foods. Christmas is a good time of year to celebrate with family and friends, and everybody wants to impress each other with their cuisine. Well, if you're tired of the old ways of doing things and need a little advice and a little good product, I'm your man. So I'm a good resource when it comes to food because I'm a foodie myself, and I always like to explore other recipes and stuff like that, and even recommend people to go to different restaurants. Like we're going today, right, Tony? We're going for some chicken today. So anyway, for all your food advice and quality stuff, please give my name to people that are looking for something different. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much. Penny Lee, if you're available.
I am available. I can't seem to figure out how to get my video to work. It didn't update, so I'll have to figure things out. Anyways, Penny Lee Prevo, the Dancing Motivator, co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers Incorporated. I'm also a wedding officiant, so I wanted to remind you that at this time of the year, of course, people are getting engaged and considering getting married. Actually, I had yesterday a wedding booked for December 31st, so I've got that confirmed and very excited about participating in a wedding ceremony on the last day of 2023. If you do know people who are getting engaged or looking to get married down south, please have them give me a call. I'd be happy to guide them in the easiest way for them to become legally married in a very short period of time. So Penny Lee at Graduate is where success takes flight.
Penny Lee, thank you so much. Tony, what are you?
Thank you, Bernie. And by the way, Penny Lee, if you need a witness for somebody to go down south, just to make sure, I would recommend, I would go.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And even if it's a whole week and a half or 2 weeks, like I'll grin and bear it. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennings from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group, medium and clairvoyant. I'm a sort of a corporate medium. And one of the things I wanted to shift to was something that we have in our lives every day is our pets. If you have a black lab or a dark charcoal type color dog, and after a while you have it, it starts to turn gray. Like some people will say, I think my dog's getting old. Like you see these silver, things coming out. And what that is love. When we hug our pets and we give them love, that white light that we exude comes out of their skin and onto their fur. And so this is why, like I have a good example. I got our rescue dog about 2 months ago, and Stella was completely gray, like it's a dark charcoal gray. And I mostly hug her head. For some reason, I go right for her head, and I'm hugging her, and I'm just so appreciative of this dog. And her head is getting white and her body is still gray. People say, how do you get that two-tone? It's a long story. But that's what's happening to your pets. And that shows how much love a person can have when they hug. So when you hug somebody, you're giving that same energy to a loved one or to someone that really needs it. And with enough of those, it actually makes their health better. And Susan will appreciate this, that when you do that to so many people, there's that internal healing in there. So if you know somebody that really is down, just give them a hug and give them that white light through yourself. Tony Jennings from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. And my name is Bernie Fransgrote, and Creative Insight. What we do is basically a business concierge. We introduce businesses to other businesses that have alignment. So that's kind of the short and easy stuff. And Knack for Business is a podcast which Wayne and I work on. And it's talking to business owners. It talks about the C-suite services, people that do different things that come in. And Penley's coming back into the meeting. And also we have the East Trade Winds, and that's every Tuesday. So that's every Tuesday starting in January 9th, because we had our last meeting this Tuesday. But if you want more details on that, just check the chat. And if you're not registered in World Referral Network, go ahead, follow that link. Got any questions? Let me know. And we're also doing 5 and 10 minute presentations inside that space. So I book into that into the future, or into February already. So that's a kind of a sidebar. And let's see, who's next? Oh, I know who's next. Susan. Presentation time.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, like Sam says, you all know what I do, so I'm just going to go right into my video because it almost takes up the whole entire presentation. But I love this video because he does a much better job than I could ever do in this whole world. And PureTrim allows me to share these videos with potential customers and prospects so they can really get an understanding of what it is that we do. So here we go.
There's no sound, Susan. Just so you
I'm
know.
Dr. Robbins. You hear it now?
You ever wonder where symptoms come
Oh,
from?
there you
You
got
have
it.
headaches, you have stomach aches, you have muscle aches, joint aches, can't sleep, trouble with the memory. You ever think about where those come from? Everybody thinks they're just normal. They think as we grow older, those are supposed to happen. We don't want them to happen, but we just assume that's normal. They're not normal. They are common. And because they're common, we look around our friends, our neighbors have them, and they think, oh, that's just a part of growing older. It's not because they're growing older. It's because it's more years of mistreating the body. Today, we're going to talk about the major cause of why we have symptoms. What is the cause of the symptoms? That's all important. To not look at the cause, we're missing the boat and creating more and worse health problems down the road. Treat the symptom is like cutting the wires to the fire alarm. I don't hear the siren anymore and I assume the fire's out. Not true. So I go to the doctor, I've got a headache, and he gives me aspirin and my headache goes away. We just sort of assume I must have had an aspirin deficiency. No, we don't. We need to get to the cause because if we keep treating the symptoms and keep doing the same wrong thing that caused the problem, worse problems are going to happen down the road. What is a symptom? A symptom is actually our friend. The symptom is the body's way of saying, hey, you're doing something wrong. You're violating me. And this is the best I can do to try to keep you alive in the face of the bad things you're doing. Our diet in America is sadly lacking. And that's what happens with the body. When we deprive it of proper nutrition, it begins to fall apart. And again, we think that's just normal. No, it's not. It's because of more years of mistreating the body, depriving it of proper nutrition. There's two sources of toxins. Number one is in our processed foods. We've got all kinds of chemicals, food preservatives, food colorings, emulsifiers, you name it. What's the problem with toxins? Well, when they come in, they are foreign to our body, and our body has to deal with them. That costs us. The body has to pay to eliminate them or store them. They interfere with our normal physiology. Things just do not work as well. What's the other source of toxins? Those are toxins that are formed in our bowel that absorb from our intestine. So let me explain how that happens. When we eat a food, eat a meal, and how does America know when they're full? They're hurt. That's when they know they've had enough to eat. They overdo it. But we eat a meal, and here's how it's supposed to happen. Digest that food with our enzymes, break it down thoroughly. The nutrients then are absorbed into the body to nourish it. The fiber that came in with that food stays in the intestine, in the colon, and then the body, the liver dumps the waste products into the bowel. The fiber absorbs those toxins and eliminates them via bowel function, daily bowel movement. We should have one bowel movement a day at least, ideally, one bowel movement after every meal. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but that's what it should be. Some people may have one bowel movement a day, but they're not doing good, thorough evacuations. Some people have a bowel movement every 3 days, some once a week, some more. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is the longer that waste material stays in the bowel, the more it's going to rot. And when it rots, it creates toxins. Medically, that's known as putrefaction and fermentation, producing of toxins via rotting material. Those toxins then absorb into the body, and our liver has to deal with them, and the body as a whole has to deal with them. It's called auto-intoxication, self-poisoning. There are over 100 medical studies that on bowel toxicity, called toxic bowel syndrome. Many health conditions have been attributed to the poisoning from our own bowel. Dr. Norman Walker lived to be 109. He's considered the pioneer of colon health. He made the statement, death begins in the colon. But here's a quote from him. Out of 100,000 autopsies that I attended, less than 10% of the people had normal colons. That's astounding. Dr. William Hunter made this statement. The colon is the sewer system of the body, but with neglect and abuse, it becomes a cesspool of toxins that spill over into the body. Now, I want to show you some x-rays here of a healthy bowel and a sluggish bowel. Here's the healthy bowel. You'll see the ascending colon. You see the transverse colon here. This is the descending colon, and then out to the rectum. Now, here's the unhealthy bowel. Notice the ascending colon is up. Then there's the transverse colon. Look at the difference compared to the normal colon, the healthy colon. It's drooping. It's prolapsed. And when that happens, that puts undue pressure, especially on females, on the uterus. But it can put pressure on the bladder, and especially the small intestine in there behind the large intestine. Also, when that bowel is drooped like that, fecal matter does not move through very efficiently. It gets hung up. It creates a sluggish bowel function. And then there's the descending colon and the rectum. Dr. Jack Lemire, who was a naturopath, homeopath, made this statement. Most people are walking around with at least 7 pounds of fecal matter in their large intestine. This is above and beyond what should be there. 7 pounds of constantly producing toxic byproducts that are being absorbed into the body. And one possible thing can result of that extra fecal matter we walk around with causes that poochy belly. It's not always fat. It can just be the oversized colon from all that fecal matter. Toxic substance produced in the bowel can have damaging effects on our health. From the University of San Francisco, so when we're not having regular bowel functions and the waste material is rotting in the intestine, producing toxins, those toxins will absorb, and those toxins can go anywhere in the body. So literally every body part can be affected by this poison, its health be affected. Why is prostate in one person, uterus in a female, headaches in another? That's primarily genetically determined. We're all born with genetic weaknesses. And they're fine unless we start poisoning the body. And then the weak links get those toxins and start to fall apart. So what are we going to do about this? What is the solution? Well, let me tell you about a product called Experience. And believe me, it is an experience. Experience is not a laxative. It's composed of a number of Mediterranean herbs that have been around for hundreds of years, well proven. But what these herbs do, this combination, yes, it does help the bowel work more efficiently and more healthy like it's supposed to, but it does it by nourishing the intestinal lining, the colon lining, heating it back to health to where it functions like it's supposed to. Experience has got clinical studies behind it. It's actually listed in the physician's desk reference, which is the textbook that 90% of doctors refer to. Very few natural products are listed in the physician desk reference. Experience is. I also mentioned earlier the other cause of disease and illness is nutritional deficiencies. So how are we going to take care of that? The obvious one is we start reducing the amount of junk food and processed foods that have no nutrition in them and substitute with fresh and raw. And that's how I look at food supplements. So I want to mention a product called Daily Complete. It's an amazing product, all from fruits and vegetables, antioxidants, and any nutrient you want to name to cover everything that the body is needing to restore health. Daily Complete. Another product that I feel rounds out this whole story of helping the body return to health and maintain health, and that's called Synergy Defense. Synergy Defense, those 3 prongs to this product. Number one, it has enzymes that help us break down our food. Fresh and raw foods have enzymes, their own enzymes that are specific for that food. And we eat that. Our digestive enzymes activate the enzymes in the food. and the food basically digests itself with its own enzymes. After it's digested, we absorb the enzymes from that food. They go into the enzyme bank account, ready for the next meal. The average American doesn't eat anything raw, which is our main source of enzymes. So all these cooked foods and processed foods, which have no enzymes, and we spend all these enzymes to process the food and no payback. So the bank account gets lower and lower. So we need some enzymes, and we're not digesting food. It's breaking down through a rotting process, which contributes to the bowel toxicity I mentioned earlier, whether it be heartburn or bloating, gas, doesn't matter. It's all digestive problems. And when food doesn't digest, it rots. Secondly, it has prebiotics and probiotics. They do a number of things for us. They coat the lining of the intestines, protect it. They make all the B vitamins. They make natural antibiotics. It has everything to do with how well we break down food, absorb it, get that nutrition into us. And then the other aspect of synergy defense, it boosts the immune system, supports the immune system, all important to our health.
Okay, since there's only 19, 17 seconds left, I'll stop sharing and we can open up for 11 seconds of questions.
Does anybody have a question about what happens next? What you should be doing? So Susan, it talks about dietary supplements. Does it also involve physical activity, like moving your body around? Does that help? Drinking enough water.
Yeah.
What are the other factors that help promote the? It's a good way to lose 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Just saying. But other than that, what else should the person be doing? You taking the dietary supplement and add water?
At least 30 minutes walk 3 times a week, drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water per day, and trying to substitute your fries with a salad. Substitute start off slow, because changing a diet can be really difficult all at once. I know for myself personally, since the hunger trim came out, I've lost over 34 pounds. And it's a big adjustment going from processed foods to natural foods. So it's just doing a shift over time where, you have to eat Dave's meat and his salmon. I just picked up $300 worth and I gave away 3 pieces and as Christmas gifts, and these people love me. But if you put salmon with a salad as opposed to deep fried French fries, it makes a world of difference what we put into our bodies. So not only do I help people with supplementation, but I help coach them on lifestyle change. So it's a long-term benefit over time. Because I was a mess, Bernie, at 27. I had no energy. I had pneumonia. I was getting sick all the time, very constipated. And I was on a whole plethora of medication. And now I'm not on any pharmaceutical drugs, 56 years old, getting in and out of the Jeep like no problem. Didn't have that before. So I'm very, very thankful. So that's why the long video, because he does a much better job than I could ever do, ever trying to explain how the whole process works. So thank you.
Does anybody have any questions there for Susan? Excellent. Susan, thank you so much. It's actually really, really good to understand what not to have happen inside your body. So,
I do have one question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just curious, price point on those things as well, like what monthly costs and stuff like that, because I do have bowel issues. I was in the hospital twice this summer, and this is something that, I'm like to maybe look into a little bit more as well, because it's not fun ended up in the hospital because of your bowel.
Yeah, a lot of people I've been learning lately, Matthew, have had some of their colon removed. Yeah. One friend of mine had cancer in it, so I'm really, really pushing this video right now. But the experience is 90 veggie caps. It's $49.99. So you just start with one in the evening, and you'll eliminate 8 to 12 hours after using it. So I always tell people start on the weekend if you're a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, so that you sort of see what's going on in the body, and then it'll play catch up, because the body will eliminate what's already ready to come out. So once you start with 1, if 1 doesn't work, then increase to 2 the next night. If 2 doesn't work, increase to 3. 3 should work. And once you have those eliminations, then you can taper back and use 1 or 2 a day consistently until your eliminations are regular and feeling great. And I can always tell people that are on my product, the whites of their eyes. If you notice, the whites of my eyes are extremely white. They weren't like that in my 30s. You can see toxic people just by the whites of their eyes. Just, yeah, and their skin and nails and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I have to say, I'm happy to hear that, after every meal is the way it should be, because my family always bugged me, because after every meal I'd be like, "Hey, see ya, I'm out of here." So I feel like I'm pretty normal and regular, compared to, I'm not, one of those stuck for 3-4 days at a time here. But it's just,
Maybe
if
the
there's something that can
enzymes
help
is
my bowel.
missing.
Sorry?
Enzymes might be the enzymes, the synergy, the enzymes might
Yep.
be missing. And that's the one that helps break down sugars, fats, and carbs in the body. So that's $39.99 for 30 veggie caps. You just one after each major meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
the
so much.
vitamins are $50, $49.99 for a month's supply. Yeah.
Susan,
Thank
thank you so much. So things we're looking for inside the Phoenix group, we're looking for, travel agent, appraiser, event planner, life insurance. Money group needs the life insurance piece. Then we're also looking for a house cleaner, not for the Phoenix house, but for do the role of doing that. Gift basket company, photographer, sign maker, swag and promotional goods, men's and women's clothing retailer, as well as a plumber and a mobile hairdresser. The other piece of information quickly to share with you is kind of our stats. So year to date, so this is prior to the beginning of December, we've had 502 referrals of transactions happening. So we referred either amongst ourselves or outside parties to other members within the group. We've had 472 BAMs, business activity meetings. So that's where you get to know and understand what's happening with the your fellow business folk. Now, if you've had a BAM, why would you have a second one? Because things change inside that business space. New offers, new tech, new legislation. Ask Jacqueline. How often do the interest rates change? You want to know what's going on and how you can do stuff like that, right? Or Tanya talks about, this is kind of best practice, and this is going a bit more and over and above beyond safety compliance. Yes, $259.7 thousand worth of business conducted year to date between members, just between the members. Okay, e-card, those lovely little cards that help transfer information, less friction. So the QR code, or you have the physical card, you tap and go. A good way to share the information. And in fact, if you're looking to connect inside the World Referral Network, there's a link in that too. You can share that with other people. I'm going to share a screen right now just to show you the calendar of events coming up, because we have some stuff that's coming up, even though this is the last week for Phoenix. So tomorrow there's a session with the Thursday group, the South End group. You should see my screen here. All right, Dave's not doing any midday lunches for a few weeks. He'll be probably starting up in January 8th. Dave, just nod your head if that's right. January 8th, and I can start plugging you back in.
Yeah, you can put me in January, yeah.
Perfect. So what else is going on this week? Well, East Trade Winds is not happening till January 9th. So don't go looking for it right now. It'll be a kind of a lonely visit. East End Group is meeting today. Nia with Penny Lee, 7 to 8 this evening. South End Group, same time, same channel. Moving to Hill, 3 to 4 with Penny Lee. Tuning in with Tony. So that 1 hour meditation, that's going all the way through the Christmas season. So just keep that in mind. The 613 flea market is active this Friday and next Friday. Great place to pick up some odds and ends for Christmas. So if you're looking for that, geez, I need something unique that's not coming right off of, any major corporation store shelf, there you go. Heartlink Network's happening on Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. Susan Epps has more information on that. Moving to Hill once again. And what else? Oh, the weekly chair yoga starts up in January. So don't be looking for it on the 17th. It'll, again, be another lonely visit. So no meetings for Phoenix starting the 18th, but we do have a few other things on the go. We have a Beyond Safety Compliance seminar. It's about awe, not the word ah, but awe, like shock and awe. right? Sorry, it dawned on me the other day that, yeah, I'm going to 7 to 8 again with Penny Lee. So Penny Lee's going to help you still moving around. And she's taking a wee bit of a break till January 4th. So Penny will be back in the swing of things. And the Moving to Heal Zoom class still active on the 23rd. All right, I'll stop share. We've shared the stats. We shared what's going on, what we're looking for. You run into a business, even over the holidays, let Penny Lee know. Let her ramp up the connection. It's a good place for us to help promote another business and perhaps find somebody we can align with that'll help serve both our purposes or both our businesses. With that said, we're going to do a round robin of going, hey, what's been going on in your week? And Tanya, we'll start off with you.
Well, I enjoyed the holiday party that yeah, so who was there? Tony, Sam, Dave, Bernie with his hat. I think the hat actually is another guest at the meeting. And Penny Lee, of course. I have had a great week. I'm in an event right now, and it's online, but it's still pretty good. And I'm just trying to think. I'm going to be hopefully getting some salmon from Dave for the charcuterie board that I'm planning to make. And yeah, that's about it. So have a wonderful holiday, everybody.
Tanya, thank you so much. And we're going to swing over to Matthew.
Hey, everybody. Pretty busy week here on my end. Not too much with the group itself. I ended up actually Evolta. What's his name? Sorry, I apologize. Alex, yes. Him and I had a meeting a couple months back and went out for lunch. And then I was in contact with my boss about him. And, we're actually, the owners of Airzone reached out to him last week or the week prior and ended up setting up a meeting with the other owners as well. And so things are looking good there. Looks like we're going to start using them on a regular basis. So that's a good connection there. Other than that, just trying to get ready for the Christmas holidays here and taking care of clients and stuff like that. So just been busy. So I wanted to let you guys know too, if something does happen to your equipment, your furnace or anything over the Christmas holidays, we do have guys on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if something is in dire need here and you need some help, don't hesitate to give the office a call and just go through the prompts to get to one of our service techs that's on call to be happy to help you out. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great Christmas and happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. And over to Penny Lee.
All right, so I had a good week, had fun at the holiday party on Saturday. My husband was there and had great conversations with some of the members. So that was good feedback from him. He always enjoys meeting new people. And congratulations to those people who won the big prizes for the engagement over the course of the year. I had a session with Shane last Friday, and he always does his magic with his laser on my foot. So that was awesome. Steve Brennickmeyer and I had a little in-person BAM on Friday as well. And so had a plan in place, or we have a plan in place to get my video done for my Moving to Heal class, which is very exciting. And thank you, Susan, for the great reminder of your amazing products. It's always good to kind of see what the benefits of each of the products is. So thank you for focusing on just one thing. I always think that's really helpful because then we can think about other people and how it can help them, particularly with that one product as a focus. So have a great week, everyone. Happy holidays, everyone. And I do not know what's going on with my video. I have to try and figure this out. So I might need a hand.
Penny, good luck with the camera. And you just might have to reboot your computer entirely.
Yeah.
And update your drivers. And with all that said, I'm going to swing over to Sam. Speaking of drivers,
I'll get my license soon. First of all, Susan, thank you very much for your presentation. Certainly something that I'm very conscious of when it comes to exercise and fiber and things like that. As you get older, these are things that you do have to pay attention to, right, Matt? So, besides that, I have seen and, well, in family, on my wife's side, something called diverticulosis, a severe case of a colon issue there. And actually, your sister, my wife's sister, older sister, died of colon cancer just last year. So important things that, thank you, Susan, for bringing up, and that need to be taken care of. Whatever way works best for you. I'm an exercise person. I think Dave is as well. I'm certainly pro that when it comes to anything and everything when it comes to health. Exercise is certainly a great benefit if you can do it. Or if you don't have it, get yourself a treadmill for your house in the wintertime to do some walking if you can. Anyway, besides that, things going on. Well, let's see. The Christmas party is, Tanya mentioned, Saturday was a great turnout. I think there was about 30 people there. I had a good time. Dave kicked my butt at billiards there, 2 games. He got tired of me and he said, "That's enough of that." I continue to advertise for our friend Alex on Evolta with my receipts. And actually, this week, Norm's been helping me out. Our son's house in Peterborough has a window that's fogged up on the inside, and Norm's been guiding me, and I've been guiding my son to replace that 6-foot window in his front of his house. So I thank Norm for his guidance along the way here, and hopefully our son will get a very nice window in the end. Other than that, everyone have a very great week, and Merry Christmas next week coming, and see you in the new year.
Sam, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you, ma'am.
At first, Susan, that was such great information, I have to say. And to hear Matthew say that, a very, very good friend of mine is dealing with that. And so we should chat. And what a groovy kind of meeting. Thank you so much for hanging out and playing with me, and hoping that the holiday season brings you much love, faith, and drinking, eating, celebrating. Whoa.
Yes, Jacqueline. Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
go
yes.
ahead.
And the bands aren't done yet. There's still 2 weeks that can be done.
And if you're going to band with Jacqueline, you're going to be having merriments. So either beverage or food. So you're off to the races. And speaking of food, Dave.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully everybody has a great Christmas celebration coming up. And I thank Susan for the presentation. It always makes us think of our health. And unfortunately, we're going out for Korean fried chicken at lunch. It's not a good combo.
Eat spicy, man. Eat spicy. It'll help flush everything out.
But I did take advantage of Susan's deal on some skin cream. That's what I bought, right? And I gave it to 5 of my customers, and all also with her flyer. And I think there was a DVD video in there as well.
Just a little sample of the serum to give away to someone else. Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, there was a DVD in there as well.
No, just a catalog, just the product catalog.
Oh, I thought there was a DVD in one of them.
Yeah, no, I don't think they make those anymore.
But anyway, there's information to get all the stuff you're talking about, and which is good. And come next, one of my New Year's resolutions is to get back on the health kick again. I've been weaning it off there a bit, and I gotta get some weight off so I can compete with these crazy squash players that are kicking my ass lately. So I gotta revamp the old body here. So
yeah, but they're 25, Dave. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a woman 27 years old, and she was 100 pounds soaking wet if she was, and all she did was hit the ball straight back from the wall. That's all she did. But she got every stupid ball. Every one of them. I couldn't. It's like I was basically bent over, out of shape, almost dying on the floor after playing with her. It was like unbelievable. But anyway,
Dave, I went played squash with a friend of mine. She's like 50 years old, and this was like a few years back. I was still in my 30s, and she whooped my arse. And it turns out that she used to be work at a resort and was like the squash person there and the trainer and stuff. And I was like, oh, now you tell me after you kick my arse and I'm laying on the ground here dying and can't breathe. But and that was by a 50-year-old. So if you're getting beat by a 27-year-old, don't worry about it. You're good. You're good.
Holy shit.
Okay, Dave.
Tony's laughing.
Dave, you're their food Santa, so we're going to appreciate you when you're doing your visits coming around soon.
Yeah.
And we're going to swing over to Susan next.
Thank you, Dave, so much for doing that for me. I've been doing the same thing with his meat. I had 10 steaks, 10 salmon, and I have this big, huge cooler, and I'm taking it home from Felina's. Well, do you think I could walk out of there safe with all of them? No. Everybody's not, what do you got there? What do you got? It's a restaurant. I'm like, you got all the meat and steak you want here? What are you bugging me for? Anyways, that's not true. It wasn't quite like that. But I said to my brother-in-law, Clyde, who owns the restaurant, I said, hey, check these steaks. Look at the white lines on those. And he's like, yeah. So I gave him one. And then I thought, oh, it's the two of them. My sister's really into steak. So I thought, this is good sampling for Dave. So I gave them two. And I said, your birthday's the 19th. That's your birthday present. And then the girl that put it in the freezer for me, the server, I said, thank you so much. Because he said, oh, won't fit in the freezer. I said, make it fit in the freezer. This is $300 for the meat. Anyways, so I said, you can have a salmon for doing that for me. So she went home trying your salmon, Dave. So hopefully we'll get you some new customers from that, my friend. But thank you. You really delivered, and I'll be making my payment tomorrow to you. I really enjoyed Mike's presentation this morning, especially where he talks about you helping others so that they can help themselves. That's my motive. I'm always just out. I'm not after money. I'm not after sales, customers. It's not what I'm mostly driven by. I'm mostly driven by helping others just because of my own personal health. And that's why I love these videos that I presented today, because I can just text these out to people and let them make an arbitrary decision themselves based on that video. I'm sorry I missed the event. I had a vendor event that Saturday. I'm really focused on 2024 because I look at Elon Musk. He's running Twitter, doing Starlink, making new robots, inventing cars, sending people to Mars. I got to get busy in 2024.
I don't think he sleeps though.
Yeah, right. But I just like my son sent me this video on this robot, and I sent my son back 32, and I joked with him. I said, "Oh my God, he makes me feel so dang lazy." And then he has to decide whether or not Alex should be back on Twitter. So we have it pretty easy, guys, when you think about what Elon does in a 24-hour period. But anyways, that being said, everybody, please have a very, very Merry Christmas. Be safe. Be peace, joy, love, happiness, all that wonderful good stuff. And we'll see y'all in the new year.
Did you watch the new robot? Did you see the new robot?
Yeah, I did. It was unbelievable. I know. I'm like, Elon Musk developed that. Like, does the guy ever take a break? That's what I mean. I was rhyming off all the things this guy does. And I complained about going to a vending event on Saturday going, oh God, I got to lug my stuff, put it in the car, get product. Like, nothing compared to what this dude does.
The improvement in just 7 months. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Looks like a real person. But thank God it's him, because he's not some crazy quack.
We're going to get minimum wage. Everybody's going to have money every month because the robots are going to do all the work. Robots and AI.
But they can't clean your colon.
Yeah, you don't say that. Don't say that. Never put down a gauntlet. Never put down the gauntlet. Here comes the TSA, the flight inspector with a long finger. No, stop. We're gonna move on. from this conversation. We're
Yeah.
digressing and going down a rabbit hole, so to speak. So it was a great Christmas party, and we'll get off story on a new track here. So if you want to know what to do on August 1st, you're going, August 1st, Bernie? Yeah, 2024. There's a golf tournament coming up. It's in support of Make-A-Wish, and it's a Phoenix golf tournament. It's a 9-hole one this time, so it's not, you have to do the whole yardage, 18 holes, 9 holes. We're looking to get about 72 golfers out this time around, and there's enough runway to get people interested and ramped up. We're looking for the same deals, and we're looking for, it's a shotgun start, so it's not everybody doing staggered starts. It's all one shot. Everybody goes, and then we kind of round robin afterwards. So that's going to be the distinction in that. And that all came out of a little BAM with Mike, and then some other BAMs with Tony and Mike. So that's kind of what's been going on, and that's the power of BAMs. What date is that?
What date is
August 1st, August 1. So more details will be coming up in January. We're just solidifying some of the stuff and dietary. So we'll have to make sure there's enough veggies in there and enzymes.
Yeah.
And maybe Susan, we should be looking at, hey, take this pill. That way, anyhow. We cover that later.
Out of the golf course.
No, not at the golf course. Yeah,
I think I'll bring a veggie platter instead.
Yeah, no one's looking for fertilizer. No one's looking for fertilizer. I'm going to issue the quote, and then Tony's going to wrap us off with his BAM, and he's got a Christmas special to share with everybody. And so I'm just going to give you the quote now, and it's from Sun Tzu. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. So hopefully it's not from a robot, but again, I'm digressing again. We won't want to finger that one too much more. Tony, over to you, sir.
Thanks, Bernie. Thanks, Susan, for that presentation. Yeah, I've been buying your products for years, and it's been great. At 65, I feel really good. The Cardio 9 and most of the products that I have, I have really good. And I gauge it by how much I can connect to what I do. If I can connect to spirit, it's usually because I've got something healthy going through my system, and I notice it right away when I digress a little bit, and I do, like I'm human, and my wife's a good cook, so just those two combinations. Yeah, it's been great. So thanks a lot, Susan, for that. Been doing business with Josh. He's still ongoing. He's still doing some stuff with our computer. Had a BAM with Mike and Bernie and Penny Lee. We have a new realtor in our group in Bell's Corners, and I had a BAM with her, and she's going to be coming in soon. Also, Terry did some business with her with the seniors. Also sponsored her own outreach program for adopt a grandparent, we sent some funds there to make them feel special. All right, so. Wanted to show you a couple of videos, actually. Bernie made up one which I thought was really good. And what we did was we put it on our home page in Phoenix. Okay, and then we have a nice little play thing in here. And this is Bernie's video.
In person. Food and beverage were shared amongst members.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Welcome to our 2023 Phoenix Business Exchange Christmas Party. Members came together to celebrate the season in person. Food and beverage were shared amongst members. Tanya, Steve, and Patricia are enjoying a great chili. Tony needs to know who has been naughty or nice. Full prizes were supplied by Cogier, Connected Cars, Bellevue Quality Frozen Foods, by Media Design, and Hire Self. Here's Sam, Mark, Dave, and Mike. Bring smiles to you and yours. Tony and Bernie taking in the year and the year to come. Many changes happened this year and some great changes for the next one to come. Penny Lee and Josh talking up the charm with the CEO of the Eastern Ottawa Resource Center, Stephanie Fragman, and her hubby. Terry Black has a chat with the not-so-tiny elf, and not on a shelf. On the real estate side, Eric and Wendy give us a warm greetings for the season. We did a check presentation to the Eastern Ottawa Resource Center from our September golf tournament. Phoenix raised over $3,850 from that event. Here Tony presents to Stephanie, the CEO of the center. Wendy Chung from the House and Condo Group won the 6 months free Wi-Fi. Alex Points Wright from Evolta Electric won the laptop supplied by Sterling Grace Technologies. Norm Boyer from Boyer Boys Home Maintenance and Repairs won the grand prize of a vacation to the sunny south. The event was graciously hosted at the Cogier Windsor Park Retirement Home on Hunt Club. From all of us at Phoenix, we wish a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Interested in knowing more about Phoenix? Check out our website, pbex.ca.
And here is a little Christmas card for all of you before you go out.
Potentially going down to the GTA area. My niece has been proposed to for marriage, that is. So that's a good thing. And I hear offerings are going to Southwest Ontario. Usually when I go down there, it's always freezing rain. So, but you know, that's okay. That's you go for it for family.
Thank you. My Christmas plans are we have family in Hamilton, so I'll be going to Hamilton to spend some time there, and then back to the Kingston Gananoque area for Christmas celebrations between Christmas and New Year's, and then in early January, as if there's not enough fun and frivolity that happens over the holidays, we'll be in Mexico for a week. So looking forward to rest, relaxation, repivoting, and recharging.
I'll look forward to celebrating Christmas this year with my family in a different way. Traditionally, my mom always likes to have everybody over on Christmas Day, but because my daughter's a nurse, she works shift work, it's making it a little bit difficult. So we're having Christmas dinner with my parents and my siblings on Christmas Eve. Always reserve Boxing Day. I decided that when my kids started dating, that it was just too much trouble trying to organize all the other meals they had to attend. So I do my Christmas on Boxing Day, where I have everybody over at my home. So being Christmas Day, I'm free. I'm actually going over to my daughter's place to watch my granddaughter, Beatrix, open her Christmas gifts bright and early in the morning. So that's what I'm going to do for Christmas.
And my Christmas plans, well, family over the holidays. One of the big things that happened, though, I got a message from Santa Claus that the elves had their Christmas party, and a few of the elves had a couple of cocktails, and they took Santa's sleigh out for a joyride, and they were distracted, and they wrecked the side of the sleigh. But I have been sent pictures, and I'll be taking a look at it, and I will be repairing this sleigh before Christmas, so there will be a Christmas.
For me, I'm going to take some time just to slow down a little bit, regroup, be grateful for all the lovely things I have in my life, and come here a second and enjoy this little person who should be at school.
Oh, nice.
But she lives in Quebec, so she's enjoying a school strike right now.
In terms of plans for Christmas and New Year's, well, as you all know, I like a green Christmas. So Craig and I will be leaving on Tuesday. That's December 12th. And we will be in Costa Rica celebrating with all our friends down there until January 17th. So that's where I'll be checking in with you guys from sunny Costa Rica. And I'm looking forward to getting a break from the little bit of snow that we've been having so far. And yeah, basically that's it for me. Thank you.
We have our family Christmas party, and there's 50 people there from my brothers and sisters to myself. So we all have kids who have kids. So my thing was I had to buy plates. So everybody's assigned to bring something. So we eat well and we enjoy ourselves.
So what are your Christmas plans there, Shane?
I get to go to Buffalo. I get to go to Barrie, so mostly just spending time with the family and stuff like that. And our vacation is actually gonna be in February because that's when it gets slower for us anyway. So that's kind of what we're doing. Nothing too special, but good family fun. I get to see my brother from Saskatoon, and yeah, everyone kind of meets up. And New Year's we have a little shindig, so all good.
And for this holiday season, I'm gonna stay in Ottawa because usually for the past couple of years I always out of the country or out of Ottawa, but this year I'm just gonna stay here to celebrate, you know, the holy time and also get together with everyone.
Up in the air at this moment. We'll either be going to my daughter here in Ottawa or we'll head out to Carleton Place to my other daughter.
And what am I doing this Christmas? Well, I'm going to have my son, I think he's off for a week from Ottawa. He's going to come up here to Calabogie and we'll go swimming and possibly do some skiing for the first time, because something I couldn't do. And with my in-laws, I bring the turkey. So I'll bake the turkey at home, then I'll put it in a big Tupperware, all covered, of course, with towels. And Dave will appreciate this. It's the way to keep the meat warm by the time you arrive to your event. You've brought this big, huge turkey. And I would strongly recommend, if you haven't gotten your turkey yet, please get it now, because as you get closer to Christmas, they get smaller and smaller. Merry Christmas, everybody.
So we're staying local. Sometimes we kind of get out of Dodge, but this time we're staying local and having family over. We've got the nice big Christmas tree. The presents will be under the Christmas tree, and very traditional. So hopefully the snow keeps coming. We get a white Christmas. It's looking really nice right now. So
Christmas time, I'm actually spreading some Christmas today. I have done an outreach project on my own, to a personal one, to bless the seniors at the Odawa Native Friendship Center. And I just want to thank those that have sponsored a grandparent. The program is called Adopt a Grandparent. So today I'm putting on my elf costume and heading down there to spread some cheer. And with my family, my daughters will be here on Christmas Eve. That's our ritual. And they spend Christmas Day with their dad. And then I spend Christmas with some family and friends, other family and friends. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
So as for Christmas, I am going to be hosting, I think, about 15 people here on the 23rd. Once again, my daughter is going to be working most likely throughout Christmas, and then we'll take off to Southern Ontario between Christmas and New Year's to visit my family. And in between all of that, there are a whole host of celebrations, including the Phoenix Christmas party, that is part of what we'll be spending our time doing.
Christmas. Well, as usual, we'll be heading down Kitchener-Waterloo area. That's where my wife and I are from. We have family on both sides. My wife's mother is 91 years old there. So we get together at her place for the family reunion on her side. And then we go to my nieces and on my side. And they're both in the Kitchener-Waterloo area.
Well, I'm heading to the family farm. So first, we have an annual Christmas party on Saturday. Funny how it conflicts. And then there's a Christmas party for my daughter's single friends who don't have family here. So we'll do a brunch. And then off to the farm in Tweed, Ontario. Should be interesting.
After somebody's dog for Christmas, I'm doing 2 turkeys for a customer. What we usually do is we have our friends that are down the street that have been friends of ours for 15, 20 years, and they're Jewish, so we usually go for dim sum. That's our Christmas meal, is we go for dim sum with the Jewish people there. So that's but it's a lot of fun. I like dim sum. It's good.
What I'm doing for Christmas, I'm drinking lots of eggnog. Lots of eggnog and rum. My girlfriend who lives in Toronto, she's coming up for the week of Christmas. So we're going to go up to Tremblant, do some skiing, do some family dinner on the 25th. Super looking forward to that. Ski on the 31st. And so lots of family. Between now and then, I'll be visiting with a lot of clients and wishing them the best for the new year. All the clients that I've worked with throughout the year as well, I always try and drop a little something off for them and wish them a Merry Christmas.
So in terms of Christmas plans, this year we are staying local. So we are staying put this year and just enjoying like our little bubble with the family that is local and some friends. And so yes, long story short, I am looking forward to 2.5 weeks off. So that is what I'm focusing on in order to recharge and to really show up and be the best version and most relaxed version and also most creative version of myself for 2024.
Oh, hoping to take a week off, but so are half my team, so we'll probably be back and forth on it. But yeah, the got a good friend of mine coming down. My kids kind of adopted him as their uncle, so to speak, and he'll be down, and yeah, we'll just be hanging out with family and just taking some much needed break time whenever we can.
And what I'm doing for Christmas is, as usual, I'm going to my son's house. We're all getting together as a family. Everyone's it's just been a great year as far as learning things. I don't know, for me, it's been a big learning curve. And this year, I'm going to start connecting to old friends, people I haven't seen in a long time, perhaps even going back to high school. Some of the things that I've even been connected even very recently was somebody that I used to be friends with in high school. And that was a few decades ago. And I'm looking forward to that because when you're getting to a certain age or a certain time in your life, you want to start rekindling, because that's one of the things that people will regret. I should have connected to my friends when I had the chance, because, you know, they're at a point where they're wondering if they are of any significance. And if somebody out of the blue contacts them, it really makes their day. And so I plan to do that this Christmas, really share a little bit, not only with family, but try and get some friends. So I'm really open for anybody that wants to get together as well in that. So looking forward to Christmas for this year. Thanks, Bernie.
Geez, I almost shed a tear on that one.
I hope you like
That was
that one.
beautiful.
You were great, Susan. I just love that.
No, I love that was really touching. Good job. Nice video.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. It's
Yeah,
wonderful
that
that you do this every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
good.
I have to go back to I think it was Tony's thing today where he was talking about this dog's hair going white, and it's from all that hugging. And I just happened to look over at Sam, and I said, "Holy jeez, was Tony hugging his dog too, or what?"
Finally, someone picks on Sam. Thank you. I love you. No, just kidding.
I was looking at Bernie's and my beards, and you know, we're somebody's been hugging my beard when I'm sleeping or something, because
I thought that
Sam's
was just
getting lots of love. Sam's getting lots of love.
Boy, it's hard to have any secrets around here.
I just wanted to share, today is my annual tradition of the Big Give, where I do random acts of kindness in the community. It's 12 days before Christmas. So the idea is to initiate, positive random acts of kindness for people, and not necessarily gifts, but just doing extra nice things in the community. So I invite you to at least find one thing that you can do today to make a difference in somebody else's life. And I have had some amazing experiences over the course of the time that I've been doing this. When my daughter worked at Tim Hortons, I literally went in and just asked if anybody would like a hug. And there were many people that stood up, and total strangers accepting hugs. So just keep in mind that little things make a big difference, especially when people are single and don't have opportunity to spend time with family or friends. So that's my thing that I do on December 13th. And the universe was so giving to me 3 years ago, because my daughter actually had my granddaughter on December 13th when she was due on the 9th. I said, nope, the baby's going to come on the 13th. That's the universe. The universe's magic work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just following up on that, Penny Lee, for the first time in my life, I actually kept a New Year's resolution throughout the year.
Yay!
So from January to now, I have been writing a thank you card a week to somebody who has influenced me you know, but they don't know me, right? Like, so I was looking at, you know, who I have been sending cards to. So a lot of people at CBC, a number of people at TVO, a number of people internationally as well. Like Charlie Mackesy was one of them. Like, these are people who don't know me. They're public personalities.
Yep.
But I wrote them each a thank you card in order to let them know that they've made a huge difference to me, and that, you know, to thank them for being who they are in the world.
Beautiful.
Did you send one to Simon Sinek?
I didn't send one to him.
It's not done. You still got to.
That's right. I can keep. You know, this is something that I can keep going. But it's
Yeah, he's one of my favorite speakers. He makes so much sense. You know.
Why not keep it going, Tanya?
Exactly.
As you know, that's what I do on Friends Friday, right? Every week on Friends Friday, that's what I do. I send out a card to some random person and let them know how they've impacted my life. But I did want to let you know the reason this whole big give started is when I rolled my car. I had the firefighters and the police and paramedics, and everybody was totally shocked that I walked away from that accident with I had nothing, no scratches, nothing. And so every year I go to the police department and the fire department and the paramedics, and I bring cookies. And so they remember me every year. And I don't think we do things like that often enough. The services are there, but a lot of these people too, like the firefighters in my area, are volunteers. So having an opportunity to just say thank you for your service and volunteering is huge, and it's well received. So just ideas of things you can do. I posted my event on Facebook, and it's not hard. You can just, I've paid for somebody's groceries in line. I've left money at the laundromat. I've done all kinds of different things over the course of time, and particularly the hugs are definitely well received. I go to the retirement homes and ask who wants a hug, and anyways, feels good for me, but it also, I know it's causing a ripple effect because people tell me what they do to help pay it forward as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's truly a blessing because if we could see the condition of the car that Penny Lee had to step out of, you wouldn't even know it was a car. I think it rolled like, what was it, 8 or 10 times before it stopped?
Yeah, if it had rolled one more time, I would have been upside down in the ditch of water.
Yeah. So the fact that you walked out of that was, it's your work wasn't done on this earth. So
Exactly,
so
which is
happy
why
that
I do this, because it's my way of saying thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
And it was funny because my daughter said to me yesterday, my youngest daughter, I've been doing this over 10 years, and she's 20. And she came over yesterday and she said, Mom, she works at a daycare, before and after school care. And she said, I was telling them at the daycare about what we do, and they're going to get the kids to write letters to the firefighters to say thank you, because they never thought about doing stuff like that. So she says, I'm going out with you tomorrow. I'm free during the day. So we're going to go out and take pictures, and I'm going to bring it back to the class and show everybody how we make a difference for people. So I'm pretty excited about it because she's super excited.
It's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind today. Just do one random act of kindness for somebody and watch the ripple effect. It's pretty